We're going to get into this topics and everything like that. Probably good to start with the trailers. Got quite a bit of trailers. Then we're going to get into the San Diego Comic-Con news. Then we're going to get into the reviews. And then we're going to head out. Very good there. Okay. So a lot of trailers dropped this past weekend because of the whole San Diego Comic-Con there. So some big stuff there. We're going to be discussing that. New trailer for Resident Evil, new trailer for Clayface, Lanterns, Blade Runner 2099, and Neuromancer there. Going to do that. So first one we're going to do is Lanterns. And start with Lanterns. And a lot of people say this trailer turned me around. A lot of people go like, hey, I'm really into this now. And there was even some characters that got revealed in this trailer that people were really hyped on. So people are switching up, man, on this. Some people were like the first kind of couple trailers, like, not so much still on the fence, but this one seems to have won many people over. And let's check it out.
I've been cautiously optimistic the whole time, but I do think this has been the best so far.
All right. I have not checked it out yet, but let's take a look.
It's time to get up, Junior.
He's bullying him at this point.
So, you're a space cop.
No, I'm just being trained. All right, new lesson. Take the ring and fly.
Just fly.
I'm sorry. Fly, please. What's that?
He made something.
You're the backup quarterback.
For now.
So how long do constructs exist? Like, exist as long as they want them to exist, or?
Typically it's like big concentration based. So if you could like totally break concentration, it'll dissipate pretty quickly.
Okay.
What do you think is going on?
It's no accident we're here. These victims are gonna end up being alien.
Based on what?
I have
Family Guy with injury with the arm over the back.
Oh, that.
It's like exactly that.
These victims are gonna end up being alien.
Based on what?
I have a feeling.
He has a feeling.
I think this is more than just a feeling.
This is a threat no one's ever seen before.
I did think that was kind of a generic line of dialogue.
What, this is a threat no one's ever seen before?
Yeah, it's like, all right, how many times have I heard that?
And I like this actor. I can't remember his name at the moment. But he was very good in Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Okay, yeah. I haven't thought about that in a while.
Yeah, I know that was way back. He's been in like a lot of other stuff since then, but I always remember him in that. He was very good in that. I liked him quite a bit.
A threat no one's ever seen before.
What do you know about manhunters?
Where'd you hear that word?
Manhunters are the most dangerous beings to ever exist in the galaxy.
So do you think they're just setting that up so when John Jones comes in that we already are familiar with that, or do you think he'll make an appearance in this?
So that is unrelated. So Martian Manhunter is like his title, right? But the Manhunters are, like the little blue guardians, right? That created the Green Lantern rings. So before they tried the Green Lantern rings, they created a whole armada of robots called the Manhunters, but they went like haywire, almost like a Skynet would, right? And like wiped out like a whole sector of the universe, like just completely of life. And then the Guardians created the Green Lantern rings like as their next attempt at having this sort of universal police force concept. And so the Manhunters are often this sort of like leftover threat that should be eradicated, but more of them will pop up somewhere.
Okay. I remember them from the
comic. Oh yeah, there's that episode in the cartoon too.
Yeah, I remember. That's where okay. Now that I look at them, I was like, oh, they're from the animated. Okay, I get it. I remember them being in the animated episode.
There's a
There.
great comic run where Cyborg Superman has like assimilated them under his command.
Okay. Very cool there. Okay, yes, I do remember. That was the episode on Justice League where all the Justice League were on trial because they had been going around the galaxy.
I think it was just John that was on trial because he like destroyed a planet and like wiped out like billions.
Oh
of
yeah.
people.
It was
and
just
he
him.
did do it, but it was like sort of a thing where he saved even more lives by letting that planet die. That's like a long running thing in the comics. In fact, to the point where a certain amount of comics that have Jon Stewart, you almost start to get sick of hearing about that planet.
They bring it up a lot, like in his face.
Yeah. They like. I always thought that the Justice League Unlimited take on Jon Stewart was maybe a better version of the character than the actual comics, because in the actual comics, I feel like for like decades they get so hung up on this like one event, and they sometimes wouldn't let his character do enough other things.
Okay, so excuse my ignorance. That's why I got the funny book boy on. You read them funny books, man. So Manhunter.
I've got about like 40, 50 Green Lantern books on a shelf. Like I can see it from here.
There we go.
What do you know about manhunters?
Where'd you hear that word?
Manhunters are the most dangerous beings to ever exist in the galaxy. It could take the form of any species.
So it could be anyone.
He's gonna send an army to put you down.
And then
you like that laser from Akira.
just wow, that zoomed in pretty quick there. A lot of character actors in here that you got. I mean, I don't remember his name, but that guy, I've seen him in a lot of stuff here before. That woman who's the sheriff, I forgot her name, but I've seen her in a lot of stuff.
Oh, what I've just been seeing her a lot in Boardwalk Empire. She's a huge character in that show. I'm forgetting.
Yeah, she's the wife of Nucky Thompson in that.
Yeah, I'm forgetting the actress's name though.
Wasn't this dude also in Gotham too? Wasn't he in Gotham? I mean, not Gotham. I'm sorry, Penguin. Wasn't he in Penguin? He looks like, I don't know. He looks like mobster face. He's got kind of like that.
That's true.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Mobster thing.
Yeah. And then we also saw Guy Gardner. So we saw Guy Gardner there, who was already said to be in the show already. They already announced that Nathan Fillion would be in it. So who do you think they're referring to? Like the Lantern Corps, like the heads?
That's a good question. I feel like there's a secret villain that they're still sort of holding out on. Like the Manhunters are. Obviously, I think that'll be a big part of the plot. But I feel like there's somebody they're not talking about still. My money, honestly, is on Atrocitus. Possibly he's like the founder and leader of like the Red Lanterns, because in the comics, his home world is like one of the places that the Manhunters just like wiped out all life in, and that's a big part of why he becomes a Red Lantern and creates the Red Lantern Corps in the first place. So that would tie in well with what they're doing.
Gotcha.
He's gonna send in.
I know that's what's his name? The
Ted
son.
Lasso?
Ted Lasso. He's the son of somebody. God damn it. I know this. I mean, he's like John Ritter. I think it's John Ritter's son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he was just in that Boots Riley movie. Sorry to bother you. Jason Ritter. Jason Ritter. Yeah. So he was just in that.
Send an army to put you down.
He could also be talking about the Guardians sending other Green Lanterns if he's disobeying orders, which would be a very Hal Jordan thing to be doing, because all the time he's disobeying orders and sort of going like, screw the rules.
Do you resent Hal Jordan?
And what is he making there? Is he?
I can't tell what that's supposed to be.
Is that like
a
drill?
Like yeah, I can't tell. Like I almost want to say it's like some sort of giant combine harvester.
Because it seems like they're in the desert. Maybe it's kind of dark. I can't really make it out. Desert, maybe.
Do you resent Hal Jordan?
The
And what is this right here?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's possible it's like a repository on Oa where like they have all the rings that are not like currently dedicated to someone, maybe, are like floating around because there's like little things moving around.
Yeah.
That's my best guess.
Yeah, it does seem like rings are moving around kind of here. Okay.
It's always been mine. Jordan's just keeping it warm.
Here's this boy again that we saw in the last trailer. Yeah.
Sinestro.
You don't really believe he's your backup, do you, Hal?
No.
Let's say what he actually is.
My replacement.
I do like it that it seems to be implying that the two of them have a significant history with each other. Even if we're not seeing all of it, at the very least, it's being implied through the context.
Yeah. So do you like that Sinestro's already locked up already, that they've already fought, they've already battled?
I mean, I think it could work. I think it could work, depending on where they go and what they want to do with it. I mean, I'll say I hope it's not like this show is the entire Hal Jordan story. They kill him off, and then it's just John going forward. I hope they both come out of this and continue to be present in the series, or whether this is a one-season thing or a multi-season thing. But I think there's a world in which they could totally run with that and make it work. I mean, it's part of the reason that the Superman movie worked right is because we sort of dropped into a world in motion instead of feeling like we had to do the origin story. And let's be honest, after the Ryan Reynolds movie, you've sort of got to just drop into an interesting Green Lantern story, because I feel like people are not necessarily going to be as receptive to the origin story the second time. So you sort of have to hit the ground running.
Okay, yeah. I guess, hey, if you want the backstory, just like you say, watch the Ryan Reynolds movie, man.
Oh, no, don't do that.
see what happened between them, man. How do you like Sinestro look? I mean, should he be more?
I think he looks good, honestly. It looks. I think the color is, I think, deep enough, and yet it's pulled back just a little bit to where it sort of looks like a real skin tone. It's not as like cartoony as, say, like some of the like aliens with different skin colors and like the Guardians movies are, but I think that works really well for sort of the general style the show seems to be going for.
The actor who's playing him is Ulrich Thompson.
Which I haven't really seen him in anything before, but I think he's got the look perfectly.
He was on a show called Banshee. He was on that. He was also
on big forehead, so that's one of the fundamental things.
Let me show the guy there. Let's see what he looks like a little bit there.
To be honest, even without the makeup, he's sort of, I feel like he's got like the face for it.
Yeah. He was also in the 2011 The Thing. He was in that as well. Yeah. It's been a minute.
Norwegian background character.
just some dude there. So yeah. All right. So let's go back to this.
Sinestro.
So why did they fake out with the boy, but then say Sinead? Did they? I wonder why they faked out with that.
Faked out with what part? I'm sorry.
Because like he's walking up to the boy, but then is like
I think that's just a camera angle. I think that's Sinestro in the wide shot too. I think the inside of the prison cell is like slanted.
It's making him look shorter. Oh, okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
I think it's just the way the room is shaped, or the slant of the floor.
Sinestro.
You don't really believe he's your backup, do you, Hal?
No.
Let's say what he actually is.
My replacement.
Oh shit, the Odyssey. Oh, there you go, man. There you go. The Odyssey on TV, man. There you go.
That's probably a more Greek-looking boat than what they have. So,
in brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight.
They love showing that shot in the trailer.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, other than maybe it's like the Sinestro core energy, but I'm not sure.
Let those who worship evil's might.
I wonder, is that something like this?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I mean, my only real guess is like some sort of like black hole weapon.
Okay.
Evil's might. Beware my power. Green Lantern's light. How about a beer?
That feels very in character to me.
Okay.
I think one of my biggest questions is, if Sinestro's already in prison though, like that, how many other colors exist out here? Is there a full Yellow Lantern Corps that Sinestro started and then was, led and was then taken in prisoner after a battle with? I don't know. I'm going to be very interested to see just like how much of that extra like background lore is already existing, or if it's just a few pieces.
Yeah. I can see why this turned people around. I think this is a great trailer there. We get a little bit more of like maybe what the threat could be of this series. I think we get a little bit more action shots in this. We kind of get a little bit more of, again, I mean, the dynamic there is still strong of like, okay, there's going to be this hostility between John Stewart and Hal Jordan because, and like you said, he's his replacement. He's the guy, I guess, the Green Lantern Corps wants to replace Hal Jordan because he is such a recluse. He is kind of dangerous and doesn't follow his orders. So if we get this guy in here, then he's going to be more stable there. So I think that's pretty good there. And like you said, I hope Hal Jordan doesn't die. I think he could still, do some lot of great stuff there in the DC universe, being this kind of grizzled, kind of veteran type character there. I think he can provide a lot of service there. And you said, so this is the best trailer so far for you, you said.
Yeah. I mean, like the other ones, I was not maybe as down as others on them. I still had sort of a cautious optimism about them, but I also could see why people weren't maybe as into them. They weren't, obviously they weren't really showing too much of like what the core plot actually would be. Then, how are you going to really decide whether you're looking forward to it if they aren't really pitching anything about the story to you? But my suspicion at the time, and I think even more so now that I was right, is that I think the VFX just weren't done. And they just weren't showing any because they were still working on them. And this trailer, it's like kind of goes all in on showing a bunch of what that stuff looks like, and it all seems pretty solid.
Yeah. And you kind of see that here. Like they show one shot of a planet that looks really good. Like they show one shot of that looks really good. So a lot of the VFX I think look really good on this. So it seems like they are putting the money into this, which I think is really good. They could, I mean, that scene they could have used some more light, but they can use some more light there with that.
That might be why the effect looks good, is because there isn't a lot of light. We'll see.
But yeah, that was the shot I was talking about you on this planet. So this seems like, I don't know if this is a specific like prison planet. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's supposed to be. The prison Sinestro's in, I mean, maybe it's not the case, but I would think that would be on Oa, like the actual like Green Lantern home planet.
Oh, okay, so they have their own prison that they keep people in there.
Yeah.
Okay. But
there's a I don't know what you call it, administrative character named Salak who's got like, is it 4 arms or 6 arms? And he's running all the computer systems outside the prison.
That seems like a very James Gunn thing that he'd have in there, that he'd love a character like that. Yeah,
I hope so. There's a lot of things in the comics that I think James Gunn would seem especially likely to want to include. I mean, I don't know if we'll get Red Lantern stuff at all here. Like I said, I feel like Atrocitus could be the villain that they're still sort of hiding. But if you get Atrocitus, you have to do the cat, right? The Red Lantern cat is like an automatic in.
Yeah. So that was our thoughts on the Lanterns trailer there. August 16th. It was coming up pretty soon, man. Good old August 16th.
Less than a month away.
Very cool there. I don't know. Maybe we could do something from the animated show, something like that, for Green Lantern.
Yeah, I mean, we could do the 2-parter that has that trial.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool there. Did you ever watch the CGI Green Lantern show?
I have actually seen all of it.
Oh, what are your thoughts on that?
It was okay. It's okay. It was cool to see just an attempt at even doing some of that stuff. It did its own sort of weird reordering of things, and it wasn't the greatest. The animation certainly was not the best either, but it had its moments.
Yeah,
Just
I never watched it because I'm just not a big fan of CGI animation. I'm just not. I just don't really like that.
That's how big
never,
a Green Lantern fan I am. Is that I'm not either, and I watched it anyway just because it was Green Lantern.
Yeah. So
It's
yeah.
aged a lot since it came out too. I'll say that.
Yeah, it does. It does look pretty dated there. It's kind of like when you watch the trailer for the NTV Spider-Man show. It's like, oh, yeah, like ooh.
To be honest, that looked laughably bad when it came out. So,
but very cool there. So, that is that Kyle Rayner they supposed to be talking to.
I believe that's supposed to be Alan Guy.
Oh, Guy. Okay, I didn't recognize. He didn't have the bowl cut. If he doesn't have,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
bowl
to be honest, in the comics, he hasn't for a long time. He's got a little bit more of like a spiky thing going on. James Gunn just really wanted to go for that old school haircut.
Yeah. So yeah, we could do that. We could do the two-parter for the trial there with that. Very cool. So since we're already on DC already, might as well go into this Clayface trailer, man. So this also was pretty good there. People are really excited for this. Like I said, DC, they gotta have some wins, man. They had Supergirl. They need some wins bad, man. So
I mean, I always go back and I do think though, like between the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker season 1, Peacemaker season 2, Creature Commandos, and Superman, and then Supergirl being a disappointment. That's like 5 wins in a row before a disappointment. So
yeah, but box office, that's what they need, man. They need
for sure.
The Suicide Squad didn't do well in box office. That wasn't like a super hit. Paid for the failure of the first Suicide Squad. Yeah. So they need a hit with this.
I do think Clayface will probably do well because it's marketing itself so much as a horror film, and horror obviously is just big right now. Plus, there's not a lot else coming out in October. Like even the new Insidious movie is that's like an August release, and I said it doesn't seem like there's a lot of other big horror films coming out in the actual horror month.
Yeah. So let's check this trailer out.
Show me. Show me.
This feels like that scene in The Punisher. Was it season 2 where you had Jigsaw in the TV show? You talking to the therapist. Oh man, it's like I think
his face wasn't anywhere near as messed up though.
Yeah, it's like, man, I think you're fine, man. I think you just got a couple scratches. I think you're gonna be okay, but okay. This was a James Gunn song too. This was in Guardians. This was in Guardians 3. Do you realize? Yeah, the Flaming Lips. Yeah.
I guess I think I only saw the movie the one time, so I forgot about that.
What do you want, Mr. Hagen?
I want my life back.
I know you. You're famous.
It's a tragedy what they did to him.
Boo. Dang.
I'd like to volunteer for human trials.
This is
what you get for looking
surgery.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're gonna review that. You mentioned doing a review of that 2-parter as well with Clayface.
Yes. Feet of Clay, I believe, is the name of the episodes.
And which was inspiration behind this movie, why they decided to do it.
And it seems to be sort of just like those episodes. It's like an amalgamation of the Carl, Carl Baslow, or I'm forgetting the name exactly now, but the Matt Hagen and Basil Karloff, I think, are they're two separate Clayfaces in the comics, but the animated series sort of combined them into one character, and this seems to be doing kind of the exact same thing.
And I guess so, because everything's connected. Clayface, so this is part of the DC universe.
Yeah, this is the Clayface we saw in Creature Commandos, playing video games.
Yeah, hanging out playing video games. Yeah. So this is the one we saw. So I didn't know that at first. I thought it was kind of a separate thing, but it is connected. So Nick was telling me that is connected there.
Even if it kills me, I'll be better off than I am now.
okay.
You okay?
I'm okay. I feel great, actually.
That should be her first red flag.
And he feels good. It's like,
Yeah.
you're like, I don't think you should feel good after this. Man, very kind of like the substance a little bit. You're getting a little bit of the substance there.
Little bit of that. I feel like I'm almost getting more of the Fly than anything else.
The Fly is also good, which very much the substance was inspired by the Fly. There though. I think John Carpenter no, was it David? No, it was John Carpenter, yeah, who didn't make the Fly, but I think he did say that he didn't like the substance or something. He didn't like it, but there. Yeah.
Hey, old man yells at cloud, you know.
Yeah.
No idea what side effects
The
you'll
Fly
have
was Cronenberg too.
Yeah, Cronenberg, yeah.
or how to treat them.
Sir, the seatbelt sign is on.
We're in unknown territory.
Ooh, this is like, ooh.
I've seen a few people wince at that part.
Yeah.
That's a good little body horror gag right there.
Yeah, the body horror, man. That's what people want to see. You got to see the body horror of it. Yeah, doing that on the plane and it's shaking and turbulence, like, ooh, I was like, oh, jeez.
What's happening to me?
If you're harboring feelings of anger, you need to let them go.
You want to know how I feel? The people I trusted betrayed me. The justice system failed me. They stole my career, my money, my life.
I'm a monster.
I do like that scene when he's in the tub there, just kind of.
Yeah, it's good. I also, in general, throughout this whole thing, the color grading I think is really fantastic looking.
Yeah.
Monster.
I have no idea who you are.
Clayface.
It
So-
seems, it does seem like we're getting to get that like full, big, large monster look at some point in there too. I wonder how much of that will be practical versus CG effects, because it seems like a lot of practical effects going on, at least so far.
Yeah. So interesting that they, like I said, they decided to do one about the villain Clayface there. They decided to do one there about it. But somebody came, like you said, Mike Flanagan came in with a good idea, helped write the script there with this. And it's like, hey, and they made it. James Watkins is doing this there. As we mentioned before, he did Speak No Evil, which is that a Danish film that was remade off of?
That was for a remake of a Danish film for sure.
Yeah, that film. So I like that film. I think it's fun. I like that film there. But yeah, what do you think about this new trailer, man?
I'm loving it. I think this looks awesome. It certainly needs, box office wise, you need a win. I think we'll see, I guess, but I'm assuming the budget on this is relatively low, just being, again, a lot of practical effects, a lot of what look like on set, real world locations, and just being the genre. And I mean, it is going to be an R rating too. It's not like they're pulling back and doing like this PG-13 thing. Like it seems like they're really going for a full blown body horror film. I think, it's a smart choice. You go for a horror audience instead of like a superhero audience. That one of those things is a lot more sort of in vogue than the other right now. I think this is a chance to do very well, especially like I was saying before. Not a lot of direct competition either. Like Insidious, that's coming out in August. Backrooms and Obsession were both earlier this year. So a lot of the big horror stuff has already come out. And even Resident Evil is September, if I'm not mistaken. So this could really have like the whole sort of like couple weeks leading up to Halloween kind of all to itself.
Yeah, it's only a week before Halloween. So, yeah. I'm excited for this. I mean, the budget on this is not huge. It's not $230 million, $50 million. It's only like around $40 million reportedly. So
that's great. They need to do that with more movies.
So it has a bigger chance to make its budget back with that. And I think it will based on this if it's decent enough. And like I said, horror movies, even if it's shitty, people go see it and check it out, just because. So you got that kind of going for it.
It also sort of it has the advantage of being like maybe Batman's not in it, but they're again Superman, Spider-Man, Batman are like I think the three characters that are immune to superhero fatigue. And yes, it's not a Batman superhero movie, but it is a Batman character, and I think that will help it too.
Yeah, I mean, Batman wasn't in Joker, and that worked.
Yeah.
So that it didn't work for Joker too, but that didn't work.
There's other reasons for that,
but it worked. And what was another Gotham? Well, Penguin. People loved Penguin, and Batman wasn't in Penguin, so people love that. All right.
His villains are generally like psychologically deep enough that you can tell standalone stories about them and have it work.
Yeah. So since we're already talking about horror, might as well continue and do Resident Evil. So a new trailer for Resident Evil dropped, the Zach Kreger Resident Evil there. And like he said, this is a new story. This isn't an adaptation of the game. He was like, I don't want to do an adaptation of the game. The games are perfect. I want to play in the world and tell my own story in it. So he kind of got that going. And Zach Kreger, he's kind of one of the new faces of horror, man. Doing Barbarian, also doing Weapons there, which was a huge success as well. And so I think his timeline is okay. He's got this coming out. Then it's already confirmed he's going to do the Aunt Gladys prequel movie.
Right. Which I'm a little, I don't know. I mean, like if he's got a good idea, he's got a good idea. I also really like the idea of seeing him do something totally different every time he does something. But again, if he's got a good idea, I trust him to make it work.
Yeah, so he's got that kind of coming up, and then a movie called The Flood, also, which is like a sci-fi movie.
Is that
so
he's directed or wrote that one? Or
yeah,
okay,
yeah, he's writing and directing it. The Flood there. So it's been described. So this is a Steven Spielberg backed sci-fi thriller. So he's got that in 2028.
The Steven Spielberg name being attached, that is the thing that caused concern, actually.
Really? You don't think his name carries weight anymore, man? Steven Spielberg?
I mean, I think it does. I don't know. I mean, I can't remember the last time I was like, ooh, a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think, now his career is kind of up and down, I liked West Side Story. I didn't like Disclosure Day. That was his new one that came out this year. Did you see Disclosure Day?
No, I've heard. I mean, I didn't think it looked that interesting to begin with, and then once it came out, I heard a lot of not great stuff.
Yeah, some people love it though. Some people do love it. I don't think it just wasn't for me. All right, let's check out this Resident Evil.
Hey, man, I gotta be 7. Do you know where I can take this? Excuse me, oh my God. Anybody order a kidney or liver or whatever this is? Anybody. It seems like it's kind of important.
Hey, you got time for another run?
No, I'm wrapped up for the...
It's outside the zone, so it pays double.
I could do that.
Very effective plot delivery, too. Like, that's a couple lines of dialogue, and you already are like, okay, that's a great justification to get into this scenario.
Oh, you already sold. just from that line to like, hey, you need money? They gonna do it there, yeah. I mean, that's how his character got in trouble. Yeah, that's how his ass got in trouble in Weapons there, trying to do some shit for some money, man.
Can you hear me?
I'm gonna stay with Katie for a bit, I think.
Michelle, please do not go stay with freaking Katie.
Also hurt my feelings that you don't even care enough to come home and have this conversation.
Seriously, I'm working. This could be some 8-year-old boy's heart or someone's mom's brain.
Damn.
That medical bag too. That looks exactly like the medical bags in the original game.
And I'm gonna ask you that, yeah, like how much, even though he said this is his own story, how much of the universe is he pulling from and adding in the Easter eggs, or well, not Easter eggs, but including things from the games and everything like that into the movie there.
I mean, the big thing is he's adapting what it feels like to play a Resident Evil game. So a lot of like things like items or, little sort of pieces of like the environmental background stuff. I think you'll see a lot of that.
Okay.
I love the way that it's only red in the window and the rearview mirror too. It's a good color choice. Small detail too, but I really like the way that they're showing like rigor mortis in the zombie by having it sort of stuck with its arms up like that. I think that's a nice little visual.
Yeah, I think did Walking Dead were they kind of the first people to do like zombies in different types of weather? Like this is how zombies would be in different types of weather.
The Walking Dead show or the Walking Dead comic?
Well, I guess the comic, because yeah, I think
The comic does do it some. I'd have to go back and look at just what other zombie stuff predates the comics.
Yeah, because I think that was kind of because it's like, okay, this is how zombies would operate, like in the heat or if it was cold or something like that. Like this,
I know that the was it 28 weeks later, the second one did do some stuff with the like the heat wave and them like not having food and stuff, and some there was a little bit of that in there.
Okay. And he has a cell phone, so he's got modern technology in this. He's got
it's
iPhone.
basically like, what if the Raccoon City outbreak happened today? Is sort of, I think, the idea here, because it's not trying to take place like literally within the context of the games. It's sort of like, yeah, what if Raccoon City happened now, and what if this was a story that happened adjacent to that story?
Hello? There's an emergency here. I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Hi, you've reached Michelle. Leave a message.
Hey, baby, I'm really sorry that we got disconnected earlier. Some things have happened, and I can't get a hold of police.
It's kind of unrealistic. Didn't he have to put in? He should be putting in the code and then unlocking that first, and then doing that.
We might get there.
Find the codes around the police station in order to get.
Well, in the very first game, you pick up a shotgun off the wall like that, and you don't need to enter a code, but you do walk back out that room, and the ceiling starts coming down, and that's where you get that famous Jill Sandwich line of dialogue.
Gotcha. Okay.
Could you just call me back on this number, please?
The scavenging is really good. There's the typewriter on the desk too as he comes in. Like, that's your save room.
Finding the ammo, yeah.
I like that the zombie like has its arms out, has its legs still too. Like.
Everything that has happened in this town transpired in a matter of hours.
I still wonder what the fuck is that? Like, what is that?
It definitely seems to be like an original creature. There was a thing in the Last of Us Part 2, the game that was sort of, it's called like the Rat King. It was like made of a bunch of infected that had all like kind of composed together into this bigger creature. Sort of not quite like that. It's bigger even, and like you could sort of, it's not quite as defined like where the individual body parts are, but I really like the idea that he's like, yeah. I mean, every Resident Evil game's sort of got its own different mutations, and on a fundamental level, the zombies are always like this like byproduct of the Umbrella experiments. They're not like the intentional creation, right? They're like sort of just an accidental thing. But all these other mutated creatures are, more intentionally developed, right? Like these bigger other weapons and stuff. Yeah, see where it's like he's even got like the different arms and stuff on the doorway as you see it for the first time. Yeah. So I don't know exactly. It's a new creature, but I think that's great. Just like every new game has its own monsters. You do a different movie, give it its own monsters.
Yeah. I feel like I'd run to the door first, like close the door, like try to load I feel like it's right to the door, there. But yeah.
Hopefully, he closed the door when he first came in the house.
Everything that has happened in this town transpired in a matter of hours. You've got no idea what you've got there.
Oh, hey, Paul Walter Hauser. I love me some Paul Walter Hauser, man. Let me know.
Why do what you've got there in your hands?
Very like alien-esque. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah, I don't know. The only like Village was the only one that had like a weird like baby monster thing in it, and even that was like a giant, like fetus chasing it down a hallway. I don't know what's going on here. Again, I love just here's a bunch of original creatures that aren't from anything.
And then I read that he almost got hurt with this stunt because he was running, and then like the things dropped, but they're supposed to explode at a certain time, like as he runs past them. But then one exploded too soon, and then almost like hit him in the face and hurt him.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so he almost got hurt doing this one.
Yeah, where was it going again?
Raccoon City General.
Hey, no sweat.
Last words, famous last words there. September 18th. This is coming out there. Are you gonna have enough for a ticket, man? All them games coming out, man.
I'm gonna be there for this. I think after, 6 Jovovich movies, Welcome to Raccoon City, and then that Netflix show, 9th time is the charm. I really think they're gonna nail it this time.
Hey, they got to. I mean, hey, man. Or else they're just gonna keep making them, man. Maybe they're gonna go like, let's bring back Mila Jovovich one last time.
We don't need that. We don't need that. But I mean, like, I think it's a very smart choice to say let's adapt how it feels to play a Resident Evil game instead of just saying, oh, let's do Chris, Jill, Wesker in the mansion, or let's do Leon, Claire in the police station. Just going like, what does it feel like? What does it feel like to progress through the levels and to find your items and to discover each new creature? Just take that sort of sensibility and sense of progression and apply it to a new character in a new environment, in a new setting. I think that's a really smart take, and I have a lot of faith in this.
Do you think it kind of feels like what they did with Resident Evil 7 in the games, where that felt like a complete kind of refresh, like restart?
Yeah, kind of. And even Resident Evil 7 is sort of like spiritually a recreation of Resident Evil 1 in a lot of ways, because it's, like Resident Evil 1 is, here's a big house, you kind of don't know what's going on, total rookie amateur coming into this situation. And then, 7 is, here's a big house, you don't really know what's going on. So this is capturing elements of, I think, 1, 2, and 7, all like a little mixed up. It definitely seems like he is interested in going for the more overt survival horror vibe. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything like like the sort of action of a Resident Evil 4 or Leon's portion of like Resident Evil 9 anywhere in here. But hey, if this works, maybe he'll even do a sequel later where you do get something kind of like those. But let's get the horror tone right first, because that is something we've yet to have from any film adaptation of this franchise.
Zach Krieger hasn't missed yet. Barbarians, I love Barbarians. I love Weapons. Like I said, he's one of the bright new minds out there in horror doing it today. I'm really looking forward to this. It looks really good. Like I said, a lot of failures that the Resident Evil series has been going through, the TV shows, the movies. Hopefully this can be the one that knocks it out of the park there. And like I said, I got faith in him that he can do it. So like I said, not trying to really copy off the games, just trying to be in its own original experience there. Like I said, what it feels like to play a Resident Evil game, put you in that kind of horror situation there. And I think that's pretty great. Yeah.
And he's already mastered sort of certain aspects of Resident Evil's format in his other movies, like the whole character perspective switching that he likes to do, right? Like Barbarians swapping to another perspective midway through the movie and then back again later. That's very much like switching between Jill and Chris or Leon and Claire and that sort of thing. And Weapons obviously does a whole bunch of that as well. It's jumping around to a bunch of characters throughout that film. So it just, to me, it just speaks to him. This series, I think, has had an influence on the stuff he's already done, and I think he really understands how it works.
I want to get your opinion on this interview that that the director did there with this. Let me know if you can't hear the audio, but it was I don't know if you've already seen this already, but it was the one he did for IGN.
Okay,
there.
I might have seen this, but let's see.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up here. So it's this one right here.
Welcome.
Hello.
Okay, go ahead.
What are you buying?
Yeah. Don't get yourself killed out there. Yeah.
Do you have an answer?
Buying?
Yeah, what are you buying?
Well, the first thing I'm going to buy is probably the case upgrade. Okay, if I'm able to. What are you talking about?
Okay, what are you selling?
What am I selling? I sell all the crossbow bolts.
Okay, I thought you were going to be like, I'm selling this movie, but that's like the crossbow.
Oh, I thought we were talking. Oh, what am I selling? Okay, yeah, sure.
Stranger, what do you need that for?
What am I supposed to say to this?
I don't know, anything you want.
Move on.
Is that all, stranger?
Is that all? I have your.
Come back anytime.
Come back anytime. Here we go. Okay, great.
There it is.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Wow, that was kind of that was bad. That was rough.
His reaction was priceless. I had not seen that clip, so thank you for that.
Yeah, he's like, okay, what, are we? Am I playing the bid? Are we not doing the bid? Like, what am I supposed to do here, man? But yeah, so
Either set me up or don't set me up. It's like, yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, that was our thoughts on the Resident Evil trailer there. Next up here, we got a TV show trailer there. So this is Blade Runner 2099 here. This has been talked about before. I remember them mentioning this a while back, this TV show, and now we're finally getting actual footage of it. Starring Ridley, I was gonna say Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott, he made the first Blade Runner, but this is starring Michelle Yeoh and Hunter Schafer there. So Michelle Yeoh is playing a replicant. And then Hunter Schafer is playing a human pretending to be a replicant.
Which by the end will turn out to be a replicant pretending to be a replicant.
Yeah, it'll all mix mash and come together there. I loved Blade Runner 2049. I think Blade Runner 2049 is better than the original Blade Runner. Yeah, I know it's a controversial thing to say, but I think it is better.
I could maybe even agree with that. But the parts with Jared Leto sort of stick out.
Did you also see the animated thing they did with it?
Okay, so there was like a single episode animated short at one point that I saw, and then did they do like a series separately from that later?
No, I think they just did the short.
Okay, I've seen the short then.
Yeah, the short was also pretty good too. I like the short there.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
I don't think I think the best performance in the franchise is still Rutger Hauer though.
Oh yeah, it's classic there with that. But it was called Blackout 2022.
Yeah.
So you had that on there. It was like this anime short. Kind of reminded me of what they did with like the Matrix and Kill Bill, like when they did stuff like that.
The Kill Bill one had all those Fortnite characters in it though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this was a cool little thing. So I'm glad they're going back to the Blade Runner universe there.
That's a great world. I mean, and that short was cool too because it sort of set up like the loss of information databases between the original film and 2049, and I thought that was a very clever way to sort of bridge the world building between the different movies.
Someone said we're back in cyberpunk time because we got Ghost in the Shell, this. What's it called? Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the anime on Netflix. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
That was a while ago now, right? Like it came out like a good few years ago when the game came out, right?
Yeah, but they're doing a sequel show to it.
That's true. They are doing
a sequel season. Yeah.
I think it's sort of like its own show. It's like different characters, but like the world.
Yes. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Yeah, I think it's kind of like new characters and everything.
I can't stand that game, so like I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, you never watched the show?
I watched the first. I did watch the first season. It is much better than that game is, but I don't know. I've got a little bit of a bias against that universe.
But let's check out this trailer for Blade Runner 2099, man. Damn, that's some cyberpunk outfit for your ass right there. Jesus.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ. Jackets on top of jacket, on top of pants, on top of another jacket. Like, Jesus Christ.
That's how you know it's the future.
Yeah, all right.
We already fought a war. We lost. Replicants. They keep taking it all away. How much longer? Until we have nothing. Until we are nothing.
Damn.
The old world forever fights to come back. Humans want what was taken from them. But it's our time now.
Not really much kind of going on here, but we'll get a little bit of information. November 25th is when this is coming out. And like I
It's
said,
pretty soon.
so far, just they're going to do 8 episodes of this. That's it. So far, it's just going to be one season of this.
I hope they keep to that, because a lot of, like you said, their stuff will sort of do well, and then they'll be like, oh, never mind, we're totally making more.
So it says here, the premise of this: in 2099 Los Angeles, following a replicant uprising, replicants are the power brokers in the city while humans have become second-class citizens. Owen, a replicant Blade Runner, is nearing the end of her life. She unites with her partner Cora, a human pretending to be a replicant, to hunt down a gang of rogue replicants. Very interesting. So it seems like the dynamic has changed here in this new future of Blade Runner, where now the replicants have taken control. I don't know. Have there been any much like graphic novels or extended universe stuff with Blade Runner that they've?
I feel like there probably is, but I can't say I've really looked at any of it.
And of course, this is based on the Philip K. Dick novel. There, do Android's Dream of Electric Sheep? There, so you had Blade Runner in 1982, and then there was the follow-on sequel over 30 years later. We had Blade Runner 2049, which came out in 2017. Wow, that movie came out 2017. Jeez, okay, that was a while ago. And then now we're getting some other new stuff here in 2026 with Blade Runner 2099. What's your thoughts?
I mean, like you said, it's not a lot to go off on, like plot-wise. I mean, the premise is interesting. I do think the sort of flip of social dynamics within the world, that's a good idea. As far as the trailer and what they show, it's a lot of just sort of kind of action shots. But I will say, I think the cinematography is very good. I like the color grading. I like the way it looks. It seems finished. It seems polished. It doesn't look like a bunch of cheap effects. I'm sure there's a lot of green screen being used, but it doesn't look obviously like green screen.
Yeah. Depends on how much money they want to put on. This is a Prime show. I didn't know Prime. I didn't know they owned the rights to Blade Runner. I didn't know they did or not. But interesting there. And you got Michelle Yeoh, who we're still in the Yeoh-essence. We're still in that. She's in everything now. Then also Hunter Schafer, who people might know. She was in Euphoria is the big thing she was in. She's also had some other smaller parts and some other things. She was in that what's his name? The director who did Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos. She was in that movie Kinds of Kindness. She had a small part in that. I mean, do the two leads, do they interest you? I mean, what's kind of going on here?
I mean, the concept is certainly interesting. Again, we don't get to know anything like particular, but certainly interesting, at least on premise.
Very cool there. So that's our thoughts there. Blade Runner 2099. Will you be watching it?
Yeah, I'm for sure check it out.
Okay, so we'll check it out then. Anything to watch? You want to do a review of the animated short? Anime short there.
We could. Are you sure there wasn't like another animated series that was like after that? Because I want to say I've heard something about one, and I don't think I ever.
Yeah, there was Black Lotus.
Okay. Black Lotus. Okay, yeah. I remember there being something.
Was it like an anthology series, or was it no? Was it just like a straight?
I'm not sure. I just know that I just remember there being something.
So it's a neo-noir sci-fi anime series, mini-series. Yeah, Black Lotus. Okay, this came out in 2021.
Okay.
Okay, we could do, if you want to do that, we could do that too.
Do we know how many episodes that is?
13.
Okay, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll there. If people want to, that's where it says it's streaming. It came on Adult Swim. Also,
okay,
came on that. Very cool there. We got one last trailer to talk about. Also something kind of cyberpunk theme there as well. Something called Neuromancer. There. Let's check this trailer out.
This is based on a book, if I'm not mistaken.
Why watch the book, man? We can watch the show. Why read? You can watch the show, man. Hey, that's what they say in Mouth of...
I'm trying to make money off that.
That's what they say in the Mouth of Madness. Is like, well, what if people don't read? It's like, there's a movie. Just for all the people, man.
What am I doing here?
Purpose. Purpose is everything. You're scared.
I got the cyberpunk visuals, man. Like everybody's stacked on top of each other. Got that kind of going on. Get the neon lights going on there as well. Everything. I think do most cyberpunk just predict that China or Japan's just gonna like overtake? We're all gonna like mix together. Like everybody's gonna kind of like mix together or something.
Yeah, that is an interesting visual. I mean, I think that largely comes from Ghost in the Shell and Akira. Because you know, the manga version of Akira got a lot of its sort of cyberpunk ideas from the Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, like short story, and then I think the Blade Runner movie got some of its visual direction from the manga of Akira as well. So there's Akira, and I feel like is sort of one of the original cyberpunk like visual elements, so that everything is sort of built off that a little bit.
We all are.
What makes you so special?
I'm the best
Book
console
and
man
strobe
around.
lights.
Yeah. Hey, man, you gotta have strobe lights in cyberpunk world, man. And then you gotta have like big ass jackets. That's also another requirement if you live in the cyberpunk world. Jacket on top of jackets there.
I steal data in cyberspace.
Gotta have shit that connect to your head, you know, gotta be jacking in and shit, yeah.
Guess we'll find out.
Let's roll. Turn it up.
Yeah, people in the future will just listen to EDM. There won't even be words to the music. We're just gonna, everybody's just gonna listen to EDM.
Now, that's a dystopia, all right.
Oh, that's a cool kind of visual. What was happening right there?
I have no idea.
Like, what was something pulling out of them or something? Like that? Yeah, like, yeesh.
See you on the other side, Jack.
So it's not coming for a minute, January. Apple's been doing a lot of great shows recently.
We sci-fi too.
Yeah, Pluribus, we talked about that. We really love Pluribus. They also doing a show. I haven't seen it. Silo, I hear is really great. I haven't watched it. It's the show with Rebecca Ferguson in it. I hear that's really great. Severance is, we watched that. I still have to see season 2. I really love the first season of it. And then also some other kind of comedy shows they do really well. Like there's a show with Tatiana Maslany called some show. Satisfaction Not Guaranteed, and I hear that's good too. So somebody said like Apple TV must be doing like some type of money laundering because they have all these great shows but they don't ever market them at all. But so I don't know, what do you think, man?
I mean, I'm curious. I like the look of it. Again, it's a kind of another trailer where I don't know if I'm necessarily being pitched a whole lot of plot necessarily, but I like the visuals and the aesthetics I'm seeing. I know this is a book. I've never read it, so I don't really know that much about it, but it's got me interested.
It's an adaptation of the William Gibson's 1984 novel Neuromancer. There, didn't they already do an adaptation of this? I want to say that they do one.
They might have
adaptation of this before there. But yeah, So it's an adaptation of that book there. So it says the series follows Case there, who's played by Colum Turner there, and then it says a damaged top rung super hacker who is thrust into a web of digital espionage and high stakes crime with his partner Molly Middleton there. That's the actress name, is Brianna Middleton, and a razor girl assassin to pull a heist on a corporate destiny with untold secrets. So it seems like it's kind of a mix. That seems like a little bit similar to the plot of Inception, kind of a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that a bit.
Inception kind of mixed with the cyberpunk aesthetic. Okay, that was very cool there. Yeah, so this is 10 episodes. Like I said, January is when it premieres. I don't know. You got Apple TV. Will you be checking this out?
Yeah, I'm 100% signed up for this.
Okay. So hey, we're in the age of cyberpunk, man. We're doing that, man. Hey, we're in the future that they talked about in Blade Runner. We're in that future, man. Yeah. So we got that. So that was our trailer talk, man. And everything like that.